The one who cannot see beyond their own perspective is doomed to live in mediocrity. Most people live their lives trapped in the illusion that the world around them is the only one that matters. But the truth, the purest and most powerful essence, that shapes the destiny of every empire, is mindset. The mindset that decides the future, the mindset that shapes reality, the mindset that builds empires. And this is not something given, something that happens by chance. No, it is forged. Forged in the toughest battles, in adversities that test the limits of the being. Those who possess the mindset that builds empires understand this. They know that the external struggle is never greater than the internal one when you wake up. In the morning, the first challenge is already presented. It's not the work waiting for you. It's not what you'll face in your day-to-day life. The first great challenge is the battle between doubt and confidence. Doubt whispers in your ear that you're not capable, that you don't have what it takes to win, to achieve what others can only dream of. But confidence, if you allow it, screams from within, telling you that there are no limits to what you can achieve, that you are the force behind your own destiny. Most people never experience the power of this confidence. They are bound to negative thoughts, to the limited vision of the reality that surrounds them. Those who remain trapped in a small mindset will never see the infinite possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. But those willing to break these barriers to break free from the common mindset become the architects of their own lives and eventually of their empires. So how do you break through? How do you transform doubt into confidence? How can the human mind, with all its fragility, transcend the mediocrity that the world imposes? The answer lies in clarity. Clarity is not just knowing what you want, it's knowing who you are, why you exist, and most importantly, where you are going. Clarity is the beacon that lights your way, the unshakable guide that directs you, even in the moments of storm. But here's the point. Many seek clarity in the absence of action. They wait for everything to be clear before taking the first step, as if success were a straight line that they simply need to follow. But the truth is, clarity is only gained through action. You must act, even without all the answers. You need to walk in the dark, make choices with courage, and in the process, clarity will emerge. The human mind never fully understands what lies ahead, but action, repeated with discipline and focus, reveals the next steps with every movement made. And don't be mistaken. True discipline is not just doing what is easy or convenient. No, true discipline is doing what you need to do, even when no one is watching, when the path seems difficult and the whole world tries to convince you that giving up would be the simplest option. Here lies the great difference between those who build empires and those who remain in the shadows. Those who attain greatness do not wait for external signs. They find the strength within themselves. They move, they persist, and in the end, the empire is built around their unwavering discipline. Discipline goes beyond what you do on the battlefield. It resides in your everyday actions. It's in how you start your day, how you treat others, how you make your decisions. It's your commitment to the process, to excellence. It is not something you just have. It is something you cultivate every day, every time you choose what is harder, but also more necessary. As you move forward, there is something you must fully understand. Action without vision is blind. It's not enough to just do. You must know why. What moves a man to keep going, even when the challenges seem insurmountable? What makes him refuse to fall into mediocrity, to accept life as it is presented? The answer lies in purpose. Purpose is what gives life to all your actions. Without purpose, everything becomes meaningless. Everything becomes an empty effort. Purpose is the foundation of the empire. It guides the choices, gives direction to the steps, and brings strength in moments of weakness. It is the fuel that keeps the flame alive even when circumstances try to extinguish it. When you find your purpose, you are no longer afraid of failure. Failure ceases to be an obstacle. It becomes a lesson, a stage in the process of building what is grand. Failure is inevitable, but purpose turns it into fuel for success, and then comes the moment of decision, to act or not to act. Often, you will find yourself facing opportunities that do not seem ideal, that do not have the appearance of a great chance. But it is in these moments that great victories are forged. It is in these decisions, seemingly small, that empires begin to form. Do not wait for perfection. Do not wait for the ideal condition. The ideal condition is the one you create, and it starts with action, with the courage to take the first step, with the strength to move, even when everything around you tells you to wait. However, action alone is not enough. You need resilience. You will see that along the journey, the challenges will increase, the difficulties will become more intense, and the obstacles harder to overcome. But resilience is what makes you keep going. True strength is not in never falling, but in rising. Every time the ground knocks you down, resilience is not just a skill, it's a mindset. It's understanding that difficulties do not define your end. They are just part of the process. Each adversity is a hidden opportunity. Every battle lost is a lesson that strengthens the soul and sharpens the mind. Only those who do not fear challenges, those who are willing to face the storms, will emerge victorious. And at the end of each battle, you not only become stronger, but wiser. The wisdom gained through adversity is what separates those who stand tall from those who fall. And as you move forward, as your vision expands, you begin to realize something even deeper. The true empire is not built just with strength, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the journey, for the challenges, for the victories and the losses. Gratitude for the simple fact of being alive and having the chance to make a difference. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a force that transforms. It transforms pain into learning, suffering into wisdom, and struggle into conquest. But there is one final thing required for true greatness: the ability to adapt. The world is always changing, and those who do not adapt will be left behind. The empire you are building cannot be too rigid. It cannot be made of stone and cement. It must be made of flexibility, the ability to reinvent and adjust to new circumstances. Those who are flexible survive. Those who are inflexible succumb. The mindset that builds empires is the mindset of those who understand that the impossible is only what has not yet been attempted. It is the mindset of those who see failure as a springboard to success, who view challenges as disguised opportunities, and who, above all, know that the greatest empire you can build is the one you build within yourself. Because when you build the right mindset, you build everything.